Evening. Oh, Chronic, you've got your proper name again. I'm very confused by why that goes back and forth. Welcome, everybody, to the world of Q&Asa, where stuff happens. Past, present, future of gaming. We talk about it all. Yes, that was some Skyrim music. Yes. It's actually unrelated to the return of VR, but both things are kind of happening at the moment. I've got rain, but kind of. I'm sheltered in my little seating spot. There is rain behind. There is thunder and lightning behind. There are things happening. Do we have an OST game? There is an OST. It is not an original. It has been used before. You hear violins. I actually can't hear it at the moment. I should be able to. How is everybody doing? How late am I? 11 minutes past. That's not late at all. That's basically when I scheduled the thing to start. Everybody was expecting me to start at 11 minutes past. So you're welcome, everybody. Let's... Oh, yeah, there are violins. You're right. Your skin all came off. That's unfortunate. I look different. I don't have my giant headset on. I mean, and you have been away for a while. Even in Painful Discourse, is it that vampire game? It is not a vampire game, no. It is not. So, what do we want to talk about today? What do we want to talk about today? So this is Q&Asa, right? It's a conversational show. I talk to you, you talk to each other. It goes back and forwards. And we talk about anything, but always starting with the games that we've been playing and then covering various topics and things. Maybe having a look at the social stuff if I remember. I forgot last time. But if there are particular topics, then throw them out there. You've also got, if you're on YouTube, at some point there will be a question box that you can stick things in. They can be questions, they can be other things. At the end of it, we read them all. Address them all one by one, not necessarily answer. Because, you know, I'm not committal like that. But I'll at least read them and see what you've got to say for yourselves. There's also all the many ways that you can throw money at a stream. Those are all very helpful if you feel like throwing money at a stream for super chats and all the rest of it. Obviously, I'll try and catch those as well. And I think that's how the show works. I feel like I've missed something. Discord, probably. But nobody ever comes on to talk on Discord anyway, so I sacked that off for the week. Haven't actually opened it up. So, that's it. That's how the show works today. Isla, you finished the story in Humanity. You want to get all of the Chiefs, but only the ones that you don't have. Oh, wait. The only ones you don't have are for community levels, and you hate all of them. They have achievements tied to user-generated content. Is that right? Is it like you just have to go and complete a certain number of user-generated levels, or you have to publish one yourself? I assume they're not tied to specific content that they didn't make themselves. That's weird. I had a look at Humanity today because I've been clearing my room and setting my VR space. And I saw it because I fire out the PlayStation to make sure I get my monthly games and make sure that the VR stuff is all set and working there. And I saw Humanity on the VR list. It said I've already got it and I can play it if I want to. And I said, nah. But you know, there's a trophy for publishing my own level. So a certain number of normal and hard, is it determined by the person uploading it? Do they choose how hard it is, or is there some way that the game has of analysing the level and deciding that that looks difficult? I guess you might not know if you haven't tried to make one yet, but... This is how you do a super chat. Thank you, James. That is absolutely how you do a super chat. And you've already started on Helldivers and you think that it's cool. You think it's cool now, James. You wait until we play it on Friday when it'll be a million times more cool because Amin's going to be there. I was going to say me, but it just comes off a bit stupid. There's nothing cool about that. But Amin's probably going to be back and playing on Friday. Assuming, I don't know if you see your answer earlier, James, that's assuming that Friday is good for you. The whole purpose of playing this Helldivers is to make sure that you get to be involved. So if Friday is no good, then we'll have to pick a different day. But that's fine, I'm open to it. Isla, you don't know, the game does collect stats, so you can believe it can measure difficulty. Based on how many people are failing the level, or based on how many like objects are put down in that level. I don't know. Chronic, you have to remember to switch accounts to use your name. You keep forgetting at the start of the show. So have you got entirely separate Google accounts, or did you manage to get a brand account? And how is Cap for Clips? That's right, isn't it? Cap for Clips? Caps for Clips? I don't know. Captain 4K Clips. How's that getting? How's that going? Are you enjoying it? It does say how many people beat the level and gave up when you choose a community level to play, so maybe they get promoted to hard if enough people fail it. That's exciting. Who else has been playing games? Painful Discourse, you're on Wu-Chang. You like your Souls games a lot, don't you? Usually a Souls game on the menu for you. How is Wu-Chang compared to various others? YouTube can finally hear your sexy Scouse voice. What a treat that's going to be for everyone that tunes in. I know several people have had the pleasure of speaking to you in the streaming lounges lately since you got your microphone sorted out, which is a joy. Though Discord has been quiet the last few days. That's my fault. I should be louder. I'll try and be louder. Replicant, you finished Mafia. No, you bloody haven't. I've seen you. I can see you right now. It says World of Warcraft 23 hours this week for Replicant. 23 hours this week, Replicant, of World of Warcraft. How have you finished Mafia and put 23 hours into World of Warcraft? I put 6 minutes into World of Warcraft. I updated it. I moved it back to my decent drive, updated it, logged on, cast some spells on my shaman just so I could hear them and check that these little headphones work. I went, oh yeah, that sounds all right. And then I closed it and logged off again. Too scared to interact. Just a little throwing some totems down in Orgrimmar. That was my full extent of my World of Warcrafting. Can't be 23 hours. Discord's recorded it to the hour. It says you've been on it a lot, but Discord might be confused by just the launcher or something like that. How is Mafia and how is Warcraft? Why are you back on it? I know there was a patch actually maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago about the same time as Final Fantasy had a patch which James must have consumed by now. I mean, you need to get back to Abiotic Factor. See, you're excused for having pretty much no games because you have been in Turkey. Although I saw you did have the Steam Deck out, didn't you, for your flight back? So you've probably also played more than I have just by going to Turkey and then flying back. I've been busy for the last couple of days tidying my room, tidying the room that I stream from. But I've made drastic improvements to everything that will help me going forwards. Because I tidied the room for the sake of my virtual reality setup. I haven't used it for months since I was waiting for BT to put a line in, and I had to clear space in the corner that did have a lot of my equipment. So all of that equipment moved onto my treadmill, and for 3 or 4 months I had no real access to VR. It took some undoing to put all the equipment back out, but my treadmill is now available and working. My racing seat is also available and working. And I've got a new setup for my keyboard and mouse, so playing the PC shooter games is now more viable as well. So improved on 3 entire fronts. Everything is better now. Now I just need the time to use all 3 of those. The music is sad because the game is bad, but it's not a game that has bad music. World of Warcraft Season 3, you mucked about with an alt. The little bit that I saw in the streaming lounge was your Shadow Priest, that's your main, right? But you've been messing about with another one as well. Painful Discourse, you said you did all of the optional bosses in Wu-Chang. Got a bad ending for fucking up the quest lines because you did some areas in a weird order, but you liked it regardless. So you're going to go back and try and get a good ending? Or what's the next Souls-like game for you? You must be one of the only people who, when it's like Gamescom and all of these other events at the moment, and you see another Chinese Souls-like, that doesn't roll their eyes and hope for something different. It's like a diminishing list of people that still want to see more of those at the moment. That was your ult, trying to remember how to play. Oh, is your main not a hunter, is it? I could have sworn a Shadow Priest was your main. And a hunter was your ult that you were leveling up on your last little stint of Warcraft. It's very hard to keep track of. I can't keep track of my own characters, so trying to keep track of other people's. Don't even know why there's like any hint of knowledge in there. But your main is a Shadow Priest. So what were you playing the other day? That was a Shadow Priest that you were playing, wasn't it? Is it Gotham Knights? Well, the music is absolutely not Gotham Knights. Though I have played Gotham Knights over the last couple of weeks. Oh, your ult is another Shadow Priest. That's weird behaviour, Replicant. I don't stand for that. No, you do you, that's fine. You like a Shadow Priest, I guess. Playing for Discourse, you don't know too many games, you play many other things, but you like Souls if they're good. That alt is deleted. You ran out of character slots. Or you just shamed yourself so badly that you had to delete the characters to make sure nobody could trace it back to your account. FTW, good evening, afternoon for you, I suppose. Yeah, Gotham Knights, that's the thing that I played with Amin. Amin, do you want to play it again on Thursday, or should we move on to something else? I must say I struggled to enjoy Gotham Knights. It's not Amin's fault. Company was fine. The game did not endear itself to me. I'm willing to play it again if you want to. I'm also willing to move on if you want to. So you let me know. Preferably in the presence of our thumbnail guru, so that we can decide what we're doing next. I've got more thumbnails pre-prepared for Gotham Knights, but you're using your ult to get back in the swing of things. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't actually have a level capped character in Warcraft these days, so they all count as ults. Right. Yeah, so Gotham Knights, playing it co-op, which should be fun enough. The detective stuff is complete bollocks in it, which it forces you to do a solo section as its like intro sequence, which I'm sure a few people have done it. I mean, you go in and do a little solo bit, do a bit of detective work, and the detective work is always like there's 2 banks of 3 clues each or something, so there'll be 3 clues that do one thing and 3 clues of another type, and you have to randomly pair them until you get the right combination, with no particular rhyme or reason to what is right and what is wrong. Like, it's a bit bollocks on the detective side of things, but you push through and then you get out into the city, which was also kind of bollocks, because it just tasked us with like fighting random gangs in different parts of the city. So yeah, Gotham Knights, not strongly recommended so far, especially if you're a massive fan of the Arkham series and are looking for more Arkham. Gotham Knights is definitely not that, but it got dancey. If you say so. If you say so. I suppose so. Yeah, I can hear it actually now that you mention it. Coffee is what I need. Right, I've run out of topics. So, let's wrap this up. There was another little message there. I saw a thing. It said... Wait. Bollocks to you, little bot. It's lost it. Hang in there, everybody. I missed a thing. There we go. I mean, what will be the next game that you review? Member for 18 months and obviously frequent face on the channel as well. Thank you, I mean. The next game that I review, I'm torn. I might do Sandland. I can't remember if it's plural or not. Sandland, the Akira Toriyama game from last year, because that's just obscure enough and interesting enough that it might be worth my time. Or Tainted Grail, or Unicorn Overlord. Those are all, like, none of them are new. And Sandland has an advantage because I already own it. Same for Unicorn Overlord, to be fair, because that's on PlayStation Plus this month, so... It's not Bug, no Hollow Knight to be heard, I'm afraid. Pete, you only just spotted this. That's because I scheduled it very, very late. My apologies. I would like to tell you that, of course, this is on. It's Tuesday. This is always on Tuesday. But actually, we've only done maybe 2 weeks of it being on a Tuesday. Last week had Gamescom to interfere. And today, we're back with a brief one, because, like I say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no particular plan. But we're here, and it's good to see you. So, what else have we got? This is your favourite show. How embarrassing for everybody involved. This is... Now, obviously, I didn't do this. Didn't do Q&Asa for like 10 months because I decided that it was terrible. But enough people wanted it to come back that it came back. So here we are. And hopefully it's fun for everybody. So obviously we could talk about Gamescom some, right? What the fuck is your favourite? Good, Pete. Good. Nice punchy, like 4 to 7 minutes of that to get your gaming news. And maybe get insulted along the way. yeah, I quite enjoy making those. And I quite enjoy doing the reviews and things, so hopefully more to come. Chronic, Tainted Grail deserves some love, but you've not played it yourself. Yeah, I know Radders and Saitama were big fans of it, and I know it's worth playing, but that's one that I don't own. And I think I should consider not spending money on a game at the moment if I've got options to do ones that I already own. So likely that'll be one I come back to at another point in time. Well, the Sandland I already own, so that's kind of front runner at the moment. It's also one of those games that certain games have like an evergreen quality to them, where people might still be interested quite a bit later. Like Hades was a reasonably popular review because people like Hades and want to go back and hear about it. Sandland is marked by being the last thing Toriyama did on his way out, pretty much. So it will hold a point of interest for people for a while. It might be worth having on there. And Tainted Grail, like you say, just hasn't had as much attention as it probably deserves to have. So that is also a good contender for doing a little review. That was what led to the Echoes of the End review, so it just didn't have much coverage, so it made sense to do it. Well, that was a learning experience, the Echoes of the End one. Well, I say that. That's a lie. But I don't very much enjoy the fact that I did a review of a game that I don't feel is massively relevant anymore already. Because the game's not the same as it was when I reviewed it. Right? It changed entirely. The whole combat system is different to what it was when I played it, and hopefully some of the bugs are gone. I'm not saying that the review is completely irrelevant. If you haven't watched it, you should go and watch it, because you know it's a decent review and a lot of stuff will remain applicable, but a lot of it is changing as well. I feel if I had waited longer, then it would have been better, you know, for multiple reasons. And that's not to say I'm not going to do any new stuff. I think I might prefer previewing stuff that's current or new or coming soon, and reviewing stuff that's had a bit of time to settle. Just because I want the reviews to be proper and not fluid. Speaking of, what do we think of scoring for reviews? Because I did a score for End of Echoes of the End. End of Echoes of the End. Echoes of the End. But I didn't want to. Didn't like the... I don't like doing scores. And some people value them as a quick glance. And as those of you that have watched my reviews know, I have a different way of doing scores, where I do the letter for scope and scale and the number. So you got some line of distinction between an indie game and a AAA that gives me some breathing space and scope to be able to actually appreciate the good things that big and small games do. But I don't know. Is it worth having a score at all? Is there a different system that I should be moving towards? I'm undecided myself, so any opinions and feedback either here or on Discord I will take into account and then dismiss and go my own way, because I'm a prick like that. But I am curious what people think. Pete, you want me to play Keeper? Isla, you also want me to play Keeper? You don't know what Keeper is. You do, I saw the conversation in Discord, so... Yeah, strange lighthouse game. Tim Burton-esque art, made by Double Fine. You play as like a lighthouse and a stork or something, some other kind of bird. And... doesn't look like my kind of thing. Well, sure, maybe. You know, it'll be there. It'll be sitting on Game Pass. It'll be easy to play. Maybe I will. Pete definitely will. He's looking forward to it, and it's rare for Pete to look forward to a game, because he doesn't like that many anymore. They have to be a little bit different to catch Pete's interest. He's not going to look forward to a Call of Duty 7. But playing as a lighthouse, not seen that before, have you, Pete? So, or have you? I don't know. Maybe you have. Wait, something's happening. Amin, another super chat. Thank you, Amin. Am I interested in the new Shinobi game? Is there any Sega game that I want to see revived? Am I interested to see how the... Oh, you're interested to see how the new Crazy Taxi will play. There are so many Sega games that I would like to see revived. Shinobi, I'm indifferent. Yeah, I'll play it. If I get an opportunity to, I'll play it. Might be cool. I don't actually know a lot about it. I've not seen any like footage of it really, just beyond what they showed in trailers at various shows, where it looked like a lot of other kind of 2D ninja games. But yeah, I will hopefully play it, and then I'll let you know. In terms of other Sega games, there are too many, because I'm a massive Shining Force fan, and I would love to see them revive that series properly with Camelot if they could. Crazy Taxi, it's hard to see how they make that one work in a way that's like compelling for more than 5 minutes, because it was always... Crazy Taxi was an arcade game first and foremost, right? And you played it for the duration of an Offspring song for like 3 minutes or so, and it was fun enough. The take-home version on the Dreamcast, I played a fair amount, but it is still that quick-fire loop from a different era. So how they bring that to today's standards and expectations, I don't know. That's a problem for Sega to try and solve. I mean, you've been playing that skating game, right? Tony Hawk's. So if Tony Hawk's works for you, Crazy Taxi needs to kind of track the pacing and formula of that, match up to it, and they might have something. You think you played 5 minutes of some Shinobi game? You remember the intro as in an ancient one? Yeah, I played an old Mega Drive-y whatever one a long time ago. Yeah. And I seem to recall, like, I played the Mega Drive Shinobi when it was too difficult for me, so I didn't get very far, so I didn't develop much of an affinity for it, so I don't have like much of a nostalgic pull to go and play it, but that doesn't mean that I won't play it. Let me have a little look. We haven't had a trailer for a while, and I haven't even got the stuff open, so give me a second while I do that. You keep talking and give me the next thing to talk about. Oh my goodness, the subscriber count's gone up another one. Huge numbers of subscribers. Huge numbers. That's not YouTube. Yeah, they want to make Crazy Taxi a live service, so that's the direction that I'm wary of. What are they going to do? Like sell different shades of yellow for the taxis? Make you pay the passengers rather than the passengers pay you? I don't know. FTW Shinobi was one of your favourite games growing up. How old are you, FTW? Shinobi. Is Art of Vengeance the new one? Too late. Looking at the launch trailer on the Sega channel. That would be it. Wazzoom. Yeah, so. Shinobi game. Yeah, that might be fun, you know. I haven't played all that many of the 2D games, and if this is not a Metroidvania, then I'm a fan of it. If it's a Metroidvania, it can do one, and I'll just leave it. Because Shinobi wasn't, right? I mean, I never got past the first level to figure it out, I suppose, but I don't think it was a follow your own, like retrace your steps over and over again kind of game. I think it was a forward motion, keep going, make progress game, which is much my preference. And I know that the Shinobi games were pretty tough, so I don't know if this one's playing on being challenging or not. As long as it feels good, then I accept. You're 37 and your brother had it, okay. Brian, celebrity passengers for money. I mean, you made me feel a little bit sick, but yeah, you know. Hooray for pounds 2.99. I don't know what's happened to my head there. I'm reading it like a currency from left to right. Like pound sign 2.99 for pounds 2.99 for a couple of quid. You can get Peter Griffin in your taxi or something with voice lines, and that's just a disgusting thought. Doing something like that with the Crazy Taxi, you know. No, they need to have a look at like their best source for research. I reckon will be the Tony Hawk's games if they have good engagement for those remasters that come out recently. Then that's the like gameplay loop that they need to aim for, pacing and all of that kind of stuff. But if they've already said a live service, oh, sad times. I don't think Sega have massively fallen into the like live service cesspit though. Obviously they've had their dabblings and their Phantasy Star 2 and all of that kind of thing, but Shinobi's not live service, is it? So Sona games aren't live service. Creative Assembly's games have a live service element to them, but they're not nasty. I don't know. I'll remain cautiously optimistic that they've got some good stuff coming our way. Anyway, I'm lost. Keeper. Let's have a Keeper trailer, and let's talk about. Keep throwing me games that you've been playing. I've not mentioned much that I've been playing. I did dabble with the VR today. I tried a game called... Fuck, I can't remember what it was called. It's very green in its art. And if you don't know what it is from that description, then I can't help you, because that's as much as I can remember. Pete, always nice to have live shows. Keep them coming. Pete, thank you, sir. That's a lot of pressure, though. It's a lot of pressure to keep them coming because, you know, I'm exhausted. And I'm not. It's fine. Yeah, they'll be going for a little while at least. Don't you worry. But thank you for that. Keeper looks charming. You're going to try it for sure. Keeper, I mean, I still just look at it and I'm surprised that it exists. And that's like I say that in a good way. I know it's Double Fine. I know they've got Tim Schafer behind them. They've got the kind of pedigree to deliver on weird concepts and make them work. Nonetheless, at some point, someone sat in a meeting with a picture of a lighthouse and said, I want to make a game where you play as this. You're a lighthouse and a bird. Please fund this game. We're going to make it. And somebody said, yes. Okay. Yes, be a creepy lighthouse. Make a game all about that in this day and age where everything is live service and everything is either woke or anti-woke, depending on the direction of the studio. Yeah, fuck it, be a lighthouse. I don't know what way that's going to go. Right? If people are going to see fit to complain that the lighthouse is too or not sexy enough, I'm sure they'll have an opinion one way or another, because that's how the internet is. But Fragpunk. Oh yeah, I played Fragpunk on Sunday with JT. It was like it was just a lot like Valorant. So apparently no dialogue in the game whatsoever. In Keeper, I should hope not. Lighthouses don't talk. I know they also don't walk, so like I don't know. Who do you reckon the antagonist is? There was some purple goo slime. What's the final boss battle for a lighthouse? And Brian, you've got Helldivers as well. Yeah, we'll do some... Helldivers is going to come up on Friday, I think. And as there's a bunch of new people on it, and it's quite an easy one to just jump into and do some rounds of, it might come up a few times in the near future. I keep it installed ready to go just in case. So you don't know if there's any combat. It doesn't look like it should have combat. You've got a lighthouse and a bird that's scared of... Was it scared of shadow or something? I don't know. And I don't know what the bird contributes to the team effort. Maybe it can just like fetch things, or I don't know. But yes, it looks like more of a puzzly platform game. Not even sure the lighthouse can jump. So yeah, walking sim, puzzle walking sim. Good shout, good shout. It's the game with the main long-time Double Fine art designer, and it's not from Tim. Oh, even more surprising that it got greenlit. if it doesn't have Tim's name behind it as well. But like I say, I'm glad that it was, even though I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy it. But that's the kind of thing, like if you're going to be a giant publisher with all the money and hoovering up all the studios, then do some good and greenlight some weird shit. That's what we're getting there. Some weird shit. Lee Petty is a veteran. I'm sure he is. If he's with Double Fine as a long-time art director, then he's a veteran by default. And I assume he's responsible for the Tim Burton-y vibes across the other games that they've done as well. Love a passion project. Exactly, Brian. Passion is what makes games good in the end, right? We would hope. Tony needs cancelling. He's trying to introduce to his furry ways with the Rising of Shield Hero. I see. I've seen a bit of Rising of the Shield Hero. It's very unoriginal. And yes, a bit furry. It's decent enough, but it feels like many animes. I can't remember how far I got on that. A couple of seasons in, I think. But it was alright. Keeper's going to review well, but few will play it. Yeah. But that's, like, presumably not a hugely budget-heavy game either, so they probably don't need a huge number of people to play it. Especially if it's got no voice actors or anything like that. So, not to say like that doesn't speak to the quality of it by any stretch. It can be fantastic, but it's not going to be as expensive as a game with faces. Forgiving you, Pete. You're already forgiven, but when you signed XCOM, it was unusual. Someone has to take the chance. Someone does have to take a chance, Pete, but it's a fairly risk-averse industry by and large when you look at the big publishers now. So, just because they cost so damn much to make, you know? And that's why you want Microsoft to be doing that. If they've got this whole recurring revenue of Game Pass to mitigate that risk, then do it. Don't close the wacky studios. Encourage them. Give us all kinds of shit. Do I think that we're going to get a Valve headset and console this year? Oh, I mean, I don't know. There was lots of talk, like, a couple of years ago, at least probably about a couple of years ago, that they were one and the same thing. That their next standalone headset would also work as a console/handheld. That it was all one and the same. And we used to laugh. Oh, how we used to laugh at the name Deckard, because it sounded so like Dickhead or Dickard, preference on which one you find funnier. But either way, it was a good code name, and I hope they stick with it, and we can talk about it lots more. Keeper looks like a piece of art that the artist had to get out. Like Pentiment could be a big surprise. I've not played Pentiment actually. Did you like it, Brian? Do you recommend it? I've not played like Avowed either, and quite a few Obsidian games. Both of the Pillars of Eternity games need to be played as well. So I'm well behind on my Obsidian and every other kind of game as well, to be fair. Oh, my earbuds are falling out. They're being tugged. What's tugging them? Curtains tugging them. Ah, that's fine. What else have we got going on? So Gamescom happened. Gamescom was underwhelming. Jeff Keighley was there and kept back most of the big... What just flashed? Was it me or the background? Unacceptable. I think it was me. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. Camera might be down. I don't know. I flashed. Curious. Not going to try and fix it right now. Not going to try and fix it right now. I know this happened before as well. Camera might be dying. That's good. Give me more super chats. I need a new camera. Cannot get a new camera. No, it's not the capture card, unfortunately, because this is not the same capture card as it was happening on before. I have a few kicking around to swap around and change. And I already did swap around and change that one, so. Brian, Keeley can F off. No one wants him as the face of gaming. Only he thinks he should be, and you reject his whole thing. I don't know why he's doing Gamescom. I don't mind. Like the Game Awards, fine, do that. He's carved out his little space there. Good for him, I guess. Summer Game Fest is a bit of a shame to see the knife twisted into E3 that was already covering that space and was good. Don't necessarily begrudge that though, like that's the game, but why is he at Gamescom as well? It's already well established, they don't need him. And it leaves me in the run up to it, I was like, I don't know who's actually responsible for the games that are here. Who's arranged all of these like premieres or whatever. Is it a Gamescom event or is it just another Jeff Keighley event? Is it like his B tier because he's saving all the others for his own things, or what's the deal? I don't know. But yeah, I think Gamescom would be better served by not involving him, and I'm not saying that as a massive like anti-Jeff thing, but he's already doing 2 events and you do not need the same person to head every event in gaming. It's kind of boring that way, especially if he's doing the arranging, because like what if you're a studio that just doesn't get along with him? You need other avenues to go and showcase your games and stuff. And what if you're a person that likes games and doesn't like him? Like, you don't want every show to be the same people. It's just, if you're in a pinch, use a mobile phone as a camera. I'm not in that much of a pinch. I do actually have one I could use potentially, now that you mention. That might end up being a good shout, Chronic. Maybe. Are you an Android person? Dave Mac over on Twitch says support to all the 0 people on Twitch. Thank you, Dave Mac, for resubscribing. That's 18 months. 18 months of Twitching. That says 16, but I'm crediting you an extra 2 because it's quite far away and I couldn't read. Thank you, Dave. ESA killed E3 themselves. Yes, they did, but not without a little help and a little salt in the wounds. So, and a little bragging and a little, you know. But like I say, I don't begrudge him Summer Game Fest. Like, the gap was there, the opportunity was there. Moved in and took it. That's fine. Summer Game Fest, Game Awards, fine. Believe Gamescom maybe. I don't know. It'd be nice, but whatever. Either way, event happened. It was fine. There weren't many huge announcements. Black Myth was the opening night live closer. And I haven't played the first one yet, so I have no real strong opinions on it, but PlayStation jumping started E3 falling off. Yeah, that was quite a few years ago. And E3 was already, like most of the big publishers at E3 had stopped being at E3. They'd all started doing their own events that were E3 adjacent. Nintendo hadn't been there for many years. PlayStation ditched it. Xbox were sort of there, but did their own showcase. And Ubisoft did their own thing separately. EA did their own thing separately. Like, the ESA were just too expensive with it. And everyone went with adjacent shows, but yeah. It's weird because Japanese car brands don't like to be associated with street racing, so it'll be interesting to see how Forza Horizon 6 gets around that. I mean, it being in Japan doesn't tie it closer to the brands than it already was, right? You could already drive Japanese cars in Forza Horizon. It's a shame that we know this at this point. It's a shame that this is a conversation right now. The location of Forza Horizon 6. I'm sure the people that are feeding this information out have done wonders for their social media follower numbers or whatever the fuck, but it's a shame that we're not finding this out at Tokyo Game Show with the reveal that it deserves and the reveal that was planned. But means Tokyo Game Show will probably end up being disappointing with no big announcements because everyone already knew the announcements ahead of time. But them's the breaks. That's the industry. The ever-evolving usefulness of internet was the end of E3, especially as a consumer-driven event. Yeah, they changed on that. It didn't used to be, until the last couple of years of it, it wasn't a publicly open event, was it? So it was kind of good like that because the consumer-facing stuff was entirely tailored for like internet consumption, which is where Gamescom is a little difficult to watch sometimes because it is publicly open, and Opening Night Live was probably fine watching people have little songs and conversations on stage if you're there in person, but didn't necessarily come across that well as a YouTube experience. You know. Yes, E3 gone. Replicant not sure about several Japanese street racing games with real branded cars. It's not going to be the first racing game to be set in Japan, is it? And Japanese brands have been in racing games, which is more damaging than just having the racing game be set in Tokyo, right? Like if you're all talking about the perception of these cars being raced, the fact that they're being raced in Mexico or England or wherever the last few Forza games have been. Tokyo X Deep Me. I remember it well. World ranked #1 I was on Tokyo X Deep Me. Good times, good times. What else happened at Gamescom? Did anybody watch the two... Were there two Xbox shows there? I only remember, I didn't watch them because I just didn't, but I remember ahead of Gamescom, Xbox said they had day 1 and day 2. These games will be available or talked about or whatever else, but I don't know what format it took. Was there anything good? I watched Opening Night Live and I covered it on this channel, and it was a horrible time for everybody involved, especially for me, because I don't like doing that kind of reaction content and won't be doing that anymore. But we watched it, right? So I consumed every moment of Opening Night Live. It's all there, and with the right amount of meditation, I could probably recall most of it, right? And know what was there and talk about it. But I didn't watch either of the Xbox things, and I didn't watch the indie one, Gamescom Indies, whatever it was called, that took place on Thursday. So did anybody pick out anything else that counts as a highlight from Gamescom that we can go back and revisit that I would have missed? Too many butts. Acclaim has an upcoming showcase. You've not seen that name in years. You remember some games from them. I saw a countdown to something from them. And yeah, it was like, oh, a name I haven't seen for a while. They're doing something. Like Atari keep coming back. Ghosts of old names with who knows who involved, and who knows how authentically the original company they are or what they have to do with it. But they have a showcase. That's a bold step. They must have multiple things on the go to be able to put forward an actual showcase. Can't just be a retro collection either. Acclaim Blast from the Past, yes. Yep. Okay, so that's Gamescom. Nobody remembers anything about it. Nobody wants to talk about Gamescom. Fuck Gamescom. We'll talk about it when they do another one next year. Thanks everybody involved in putting that event on. We loved it. More or less. So, what else? Today's the day that Gears of War Reloaded came out on everything, including PlayStation. And today's the day that Helldivers 2 came out on Xbox. So, we are living in a crazy open world today. Everything has changed. You can feel it in the air. It's probably why my fire alarm was going off earlier. Gears, who cares? I quite want to play Gears. What do you mean, who cares? I was thinking we might do some Gears at the weekend. Some of the multiplayer. It's ancient. You don't mean who cares about Gears, do you? You mean who cares about it being on other platforms, which is fair. I mean, I still think the first one is probably my favourite Gears. So, ancient or otherwise, if I were to choose one Gears game to go and play at the moment, it would probably be that one. And it does include the multiplayer, right? Which I wasn't a big Gears of War multiplayer person or anything, don't get me wrong. It's the campaign that I enjoyed. The tactical elements and the horror elements of it that were kind of lost in later Gears games. In favour of more spectacle. I like the first Gears. I don't need... So Gears Reloaded is not much of an update over the Gears Ultimate Edition that we had not that long ago. So it's not a particularly interesting release outside of like PlayStation, where it's the first time you can play it, I suppose. But I'm not sure that there is a massive audience of people that stick rigidly to just one platform. So how important of a release it is in that space, but it's there, it's a game. Painful Discourse really hyped for E-Day. Lots of people are really hyped for E-Day. Like, you pay attention when the Coalition make a game, don't you? Because they are fucking talented. And regardless of whether you enjoyed Gears 4 and 5, you couldn't really cast any shade at the technical acumen of the studio. So what they do with Unreal Engine, it's pretty much unparalleled for like the time that they do it. So there's not really any reason to think that Gears of War E-Day will be anything other than spectacular. At least on the technical front. And obviously, people that like Gears of War are very nostalgic for Marcus and Dom. So, in terms of the content itself, not just the technical side of it, E-Day has a massive appeal for a lot of people. So, yes, looking forward to it as well. I mean, this week we had the 1 year anniversary of Concord. We should pay respect for Concord. I mean, go for it. You pay your respects if you want. Hivebusters were cool as well. Yeah, Hivebusters was fine. Like 3 hours of colourful nonsense. It'll do. Yeah, I saw old Herman Holst was talking to, I don't even know which publication he was talking to. They seem to be sensibly backing off of the commitment to a certain number of live service games, and now saying they don't mind how many live service games, so long as they have a nice diverse portfolio of games and communities, which is a marked improvement from the 11 live service games in development, or whatever number they put on it last time around. Yeah, it's a shame that it essentially took PlayStation Studios games more or less off the table for a few years. Like, there's not been a lot, I think, last year or this year. It's not unusual for the way that PlayStation Studios have worked over time, though, either. Like, they've always had dry patches. The PlayStation 3 launch was dry for a long time. And the PlayStation 4 launch was fairly dry. And in those ones, they kind of picked it up and delivered their big games in the tail end of both generations. The PlayStation 5 was flipped on its head. They started strong and seem to have taken their foot off. Probably largely because of all this live service nonsense that's seen multiple games that we know of appearing and disappearing, like Concord, but presumably several games behind the scenes as well that didn't pass muster and got cut behind the scenes too. They sacrificed half the generation to get one off the ground. They have Helldivers. I mean, Helldivers it's like Arrowhead, isn't it? So I know they publish it and they'll say it's their game and all the rest of it, but it's not like an opportunity cost as such. Like, that studio wouldn't have been making anything else for them. The ones that I would say were costly were the ones where they put their own studios to work on these things. Helldivers is not first party. Depends on who you're talking to and what their perspective on it is and what their angle is. Like, if you're talking to somebody who cares for publishing, then it's published by them and they'll consider it first party. Second party is a weird term that I wouldn't particularly stand behind anyway. So, but it's not one of their studios that made it. Essentially, it's ultimately what it comes down to. Arrowhead could have made it with or without Sony. I think Sony probably owned the Helldivers IP, so they probably couldn't have made Helldivers without Sony's endorsement. But they could have gone and made something by themselves. And Sony couldn't necessarily tell them make Uncharted 6, you know, because they're not Sony's studio. So whereas like the Last of Us game getting cancelled, that has a higher opportunity cost because that was Naughty Dog working on a game that didn't come to fruition. Herman is failing upwards. I don't know. I don't think he did fail in any capacity at Guerrilla. I think he succeeded upwards. But has he ascended too high? Maybe. I don't want to speak from outside as if I've got any authority on what's happening at Sony and who's responsible for what. how much was Jim Ryan, how much was Herman Holst, how much was anybody else involved in that place. But he definitely succeeded with Guerrilla, right? Earned his way up. There, I don't know. He's still there, so they must like him to some extent, some capacity. Right. Done Gamescom. Had a little memorial for Concord. Didn't talk much about Gamescom. I'm sure we could pick some other stuff out right now. The OST's upsetting me. Stop it. It's singing at me or humming at me. Just kind of wailing in my ears in a way that I don't enjoy. Hopefully that will move on soon. What else? Nope, I'm at a loss. I've got nothing else. He said Concord is the next Star Wars. It's his job to hype it up though, right? Yeah. Well, I play Half-Life Alyx before Half-Life 3. I tried to play it today, Gaming with Passion. I figured that'll be a fine test game. I'll set it up, I'll play it, make sure everything is up and working. I launched VR, my VR was working, I browsed to Half-Life Alyx, I pressed launch, and it told me that the executable was missing. So that's a good point, I need to go and repair that. Wixby, what do I make of the ROG Xbox Ally X? Oh, there's a question. So, off the bat, I can tell you it's not for me, because I don't play portable. So, to me, it's going to be like a no-buy regardless. I'm not interested in that regard. In terms of what it means for wider audience and industry and all the rest of it, it's going to take a lot of convincing to make me believe that Windows is going to be fixed and that the ROG Ally X is actually something new. And I hear the positive feedback from the people that have been hands-on with it at Gamescom and wherever else. I hear that, and I'm glad that it launches straight to the gaming dashboard, but it is just Windows, and Microsoft have been delivering the newest, greatest, most streamlined, most games-focused, most performant Windows every time for the last 20 years. And most of the features that are supposed to show off the Ally, it already does on Windows. Like, Windows has already got game mode. You can already run extensions on the Xbox app that will pull in your EA games, that will pull in your Ubisoft games, that will pull in yada yada yada. So they're adding Steam to that list. GOG, I think, maybe a couple of others like that. Like, they're expanding it. But the performance mode and all the rest of it is the same as Windows has been for a long time. And I have problems with it. It's fine, it works most of the time. And other times it tells me there's an error on their side and I have to reinstall my game 6 times before it actually installs properly. That happened to me a couple of days ago. I was trying to play Void Breakers, I don't know. It's quite a neat little game on Game Pass. You should give it a try if you can. I've only done like a tiny bit of the tutorial, but it took me about 4 attempts to actually install it because it kept going through. It's only a 10 gig game. It would download the 10 gig and then it would say failed to install. Something went wrong on our end. And I pressed retry and it would download the full 10 gig again. Failed to install, something went wrong on our side. And if they have issues like that, then the Ally X is a flop immediately as far as I'm concerned. Like, you don't give people a device and tell them it's a console-like experience and then have that kind of shit go wrong. So what else happened? Gotham Knights, right? I was playing Gotham Knights with Amin. I've got Gotham Knights for some reason on Steam and I've got it on the Game Pass one, and the Game Pass one I've got like some extra costumes or bullshit like that. So I installed the Game Pass version of it. I can't remember if it's on Game Pass or if I own it on that platform, but I installed the Windows Xbox Store version of it. And it had screen tearing and I wouldn't VSync properly. So I tried to open my NVIDIA control panel to fix that, to resolve it in a way that you shouldn't have to do, but sometimes you have to do. So I opened NVIDIA and tried to open the executable, and it said you haven't got permission to open this version of it. So I downloaded it on Steam and fixed it there instead. And stuff like that is just not Like, these are the fringe cases that I think will be the undoing of that device. And I say that, obviously on the ROG Ally X, you could do the same, right? You could download the Steam version, but then it's just another Windows handheld that I would expect to perform as other Windows handhelds do. So I'm not super excited for it. I'm a PC person, and seeing Xbox disguise their consoles or discard their consoles and become a PC house is like, I'm already there, but you're not ready. I don't think that they are, you know, it's not going to be the console experience in a PC space. It's just going to be a PC. And I still value the console experience as well, so I don't know. If I'm wrong and they manage to tie up every loose end and deliver something really good, then actually it's quite exciting for the future of big box hardware as well. But I'll believe it when I see it. You think it'll be a good entry point for console gamers to try PC gaming? Yeah, and remember why they were console gamers in the first place. That's what I mean. We'll see. At the same time, like, PCs are not disgusting. I use them for my playing games all the time, and they work like 98% of the time without issue. It's not like consoles are completely immune to issues, so the gap is actually pretty small. But pretty small is not nothing, so I don't know. FTW, you couldn't run Doom the Dark Ages on Game Pass on PC because of a bug with your monitors, so you brought it on Steam because you were able to fix it easy. That kind of shit you can't... Yeah, those are like real fringe issues, right? Like 99% of the people playing Doom the Dark Ages could do it on Game Pass without a problem, but you had to get the Steam version to be able to do the easy fix to put it on the monitor that you wanted it on. Like, fringe cases are going to stack up the more people are using the thing. The Xbox app is better, but it needs to be improved. And it has improved a lot over time. Like, I haven't had to... I managed like a good maybe 2-year stretch of not having to open PowerShell to reinstall the Windows Store and stuff like that. But that's been a regular occurrence on my PC over the last like 10 years or so. Since, I guess, Windows 10, when they set the store up in the way that they have. To have to fix it in PowerShell is not something that you're going to want to do on a ROG Ally handheld. So... However, you know, I think in terms of like actually what you want it to do, in terms of actually playing games, in terms of having a good catalogue of games available to play, I think it is in a good position. For people that want to take a PC with them for their lunch breaks or train journeys or whatever circumstances that device makes sense, it will be a good one. I'm not trying to completely naysay it and say it's useless and nobody should buy it. I just don't see it being the portable console necessarily, or satisfying everybody that is looking for a portable console. The nice thing about console issues is that those issues aren't yours to fix, and everyone is in the same boat. Usually, Chronic. Not like always, because consoles also do have their odd obscure issues as well. Like, you can go onto Google and find a tutorial on how to rebuild and re-index your database on the PlayStation, right? Like, these issues do occur, people do go through them. But obviously less so than PC. If it can't play brute force, it isn't a console. It might be the only way to play brute force. The only console that has a hope of doing that. Outside of an original Xbox, you know? I've never tried to emulate brute force. But there's some masochist out there who's been there and done it. So, I reckon there's a hope. I reckon there's a hope that it can. You're back on Saturday, aren't you, Luke? We've got Roundtable again on Saturday. Back to how it's supposed to be. It's been such a tough 2 weeks. Not putting the Arcadia Roundtable on, but we've got a guest. We've got Luke. That means it's committed. It's happening. Oh, it's going to be good. Is Gears of War Reloaded worth every penny on the PlayStation 5 Pro? How much does it cost, Alex? And as is always the case, I'm not going to tell you whether something is worth it or not, because disposable income and value are all in the eye of the holder and the wallet of the beholder, and you know, it's up to you, but it's Gears of War, it's a good game. Luke is going to make a triumphant return. Holy shit. 57 Canadian dollars. But Alex, you've got an Xbox and a PC as well, right? So, no, play it on Game Pass. Is the game in the background Doom? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sorry, I mean, you said that like right at the start of the show over an hour ago. You were right the first time and you're still right now. It is Doom. Specifically, which Doom is it? Is it the Dark Ages? It is the Dark Ages. Yeah. Okay. I'm done now. I think there's nothing else I want to talk about. I think. You're ashamed to admit that you've never played Brute Force. Never. Oh, Replicant. I'm gonna have to create a new role, a new like separation within Discord. People that have and have not experienced Brute Force. Pete never has. I don't think I have. So I don't know. I seem to recall having it at some point, but I remember nothing of playing it. So maybe I've never played it. Whatever I told you the first time, Luke, is true. I can't remember. I don't think I've played it. No, I definitely had the box. I must have played it. I wonder if I've still got it. I don't know. I'll have a look. Is the background your room? Dave Mack, it seems unlikely that you've got waterfalls and rainfall and tornado and lightning in your room. But if you have, good for you. Like, it's probably valuable. Alex, am I getting GeForce Now? They're updating it to 5080 Ultimate subs this September. Yeah, GeForce Now, I did mention it in the What the Fuck video. That is getting an update, and like GeForce Now was already really impressive, and now it's going to be even more really impressive. And I actually have a better connection than when I tested it as well, so it would be a very viable way to play, especially if the sun is beating and the room is hot. Then it could be the best way to play in that particular scenario. You're in Scotland and it looks exactly like that out the window. So no, I was in Scotland like a couple of months ago, and I wasn't in a part that looked quite like that. But, you know, I can imagine parts of it, yes. I do like Rain, Pete, I do. I should make a follow-up to my GeForce video. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't, because I lack the technology and the subscription. So it's not an easy thing. The stuff that they've introduced to it for the new tier would be very difficult to showcase in a video. I can't do a 360 Hertz video. I can't do a 10-bit color video. Like, it will be very difficult to show the new features. Is Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater worth getting? Am I playing it? It's a stealth game, so if you're a coward or a wanker, then knock yourself out. I hear the console performance is iffy, but it's Metal Gear. It's a stealth game. It doesn't matter what frame rate it runs at. You're moving slow and doing stupid crap anyway. 5080 from September, yeah. And absurd stats for Overwatch 2, right? Because they compared the input to photon latency, so time between pressing a button on your controller, keyboard, mouse, whatever, presumably mouse, to actually seeing it reflect on the screen has been 30 milliseconds, which that's tiny. That's too tiny to be a fair measure. Like, you've already got pretty extreme display technology to be getting those kind of numbers even with a local PC. And they put it side by side with the PlayStation 5 Pro latency and determined that it's quite significantly lower on GeForce Now than it is on a local PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm not sure how fair and reasonable that test is, like what the exact circumstances, the environment of the PlayStation 5 Pro in that testing versus the environment on the Nvidia system. I'm not sure if it was an equal footing kind of test, or because it's Nvidia marketing, so you never really take these at face value. But like, sounds good. Did I ever beat the Harry Potter game? I never started the Harry Potter game. Never started it. It's cheap at the moment. It's like $9.99 on Steam, and it's on PlayStation Plus as well. But I don't like Harry Potter. Don't like the world. Heard good things about the game. Good enough things about the game to make me think maybe I'll play it one day. But that day has not yet arrived. Oh, we're in Glasgow. That's where they keep all the criminals. Yes, why I was there, Dave Mack. Did my time, and now I'm back home. Question is up already. Let's do it. It's from Pete. When will the next brilliant what the fuck happen? Well, Pete, I don't really aim for brilliant, I'll be honest, but I aim for getting that out on between Friday and Sunday. So it's an end of the week thing, and if Friday goes well, then it comes out on Friday. But I don't want to like do a shit job and put it out on Friday if it's not ready. So I say between Friday and Sunday. So yeah, my plan is to do more of those. FTW, L take on Metal Gear Solid. You're getting it even though it's capped at 60 on PC, but you're a Kojima lover, so take that for what it is. You're going to be hurting Kojima if you buy that game. He doesn't want anyone to buy it. He's very bitter about the existence of it. He thinks that people buying a Metal Gear Solid game that he had no involvement in is disrespectful. I don't actually know what he thinks about it. I'm sure some people have asked. I'm not sure he's given an answer. I'm sure he's more dignified than to speak on it if he does feel bad about it. But Silent Hill Remake is a good game to stream, and you're looking forward to Silent Hill F. Yeah, if I start doing horror games on stream, which I do want to, then Silent Hill is there on the list. I'll get it done. Wait a minute. Brian Scully. That's what she said. It didn't come up at a time where it's applicable, so I don't know where to say that. Isla, you're disrespectful. What, you're going to play Metal Gear Solid Delta? Interesting, you should stream it. He said that he wouldn't play it. Okay, fair. Kojima gave us 2025's Game of the Year. I'm not sure about that. I can't really say that he didn't because I haven't played the first Death Stranding, let alone the second one. But I don't know, is it really that good? You've played lots of games this year. You really think that Death Stranding 2 is the best of them? You're just disrespectful in general. I don't think that's true, actually. I have not seen it. I've not witnessed it to be true. Sorry to disappoint. FCW, you love Silent Hill Remake. Silent Hill 2, yep. I will get to it. McGonads, the Arcadia, asked, this is my favourite show. You say that all the time, though. It's not true. Everything is your favourite show. But thanks. Are there any more? Or is that all the questions? Stick something in here quick. You don't need to do that. Dave, mate, you could never give Death Stranding Game of the Year. It's just not your type of game. Is that from watching, or have you actually had a crack at it? Because I played the first one for a bit. Unfortunately, I had the first 6 hours of the game spoiled at some point on an episode of a podcast. And 6 hours already feels like a slog in that game, but 6 hours when you know what's happening feels like at least 48 hours. And I didn't get through that first 6 hours. But I do intend to go back to it. I literally have it installed. The first one is installed because I have a duty to play it because Dodge bought it for me. Did you not do that? I didn't do that. That was you. Only, like, you're the only one that could have done that, Isla, I think. So, you might be haunted. Because I didn't put it. Will you go back to Resident Evil VR? Oh, no. I don't know. I think picking up Resident Evil 7 VR from the point that I'm at might be a challenge because I can't remember the point that I'm at. Except that I know people said it was going to be the worst part of the game. Something about like some shipyard or something. I don't know. And I don't want to start it again because I don't like Resident Evil puzzles and I don't want to repeat them. I mean, you tried playing Death Stranding too many times, but you got bored and gave up multiple times. Replicant has a slow start. So I've only played it the once. You want to watch me play Resident Evil? Tough. Tough. You have to imagine it. I might... Like, I could start a different Resident Evil, because 4 and 8 are available too. And it might make more sense to go to the beginning of one. It would be nice if 9 features VR as well, but who knows? Who knows? What's my take on Helldivers 2 on Xbox with the Halo guns? Has it got Halo guns? That's neat. I don't enjoy crossovers, but in that direction, Helldivers is already like rather silly parody game. So if you want to stick some Halo stuff in there, that's fine. Just don't put Helldivers stuff into Halo. Like, don't do it the other way around because Halo takes itself more seriously. So, yeah, I'd quite enjoy blasting some Halo weapons in that game. Get the old plasma rifle going. It's already got lots of like guns, human guns as they were. But give me a plasma rifle, give me a needler in Helldivers, that'll be fun. Which one is 4? Wait a minute. 8 is better. Just watch the ending of 7 and play out. No, I can't watch the ending of it. It's not how I do things. 4 is the Leon action game. Death Stranding does not stand a chance for Game of the Year. DK Bonanza clearly has it in the bag. Yeah, I think... if we're talking about the Keeleys, then yeah, it'll be hard for anything to topple Death Stranding, even if Death Stranding wasn't very good. But with it being good, rather suspect it's in the bag there. Despite the presence of Expedition 33 and Donkey Kong and whatever else is kicking around. Split Fiction. FTW, you like 7 more, 4 is your favourite, but you love all of the Resident Evil games, especially 6. Did you say especially 6? Oh, Luke, FTW said he especially likes Resident Evil 6. It's just the pistol. The pistol, the SMG and an assault rifle. Oh, but Helldivers has already got a pistol and guns that shoot bullets. I wouldn't even have recognised those as Halo guns, I don't think. Like if I just picked them up in the game without a specific Halo labelling. No, FTW, it's been said out loud, it's been spoken onto the YouTube, therefore... it's an ODST crossover. ODST had plasma rifles and needlers and stuff, didn't it? I have not played ODST for a long time. I didn't think they went strange on the weapons, like restricted on the weapons. They might have done. I know they didn't feel like ODST units to play as. That's my only memory of ODST, is that it still just felt like Halo, which it shouldn't have done. ODST units could jump like Spartans in their armor. It was wrong-uns. But that's just me being pedantic. Games are games and it had to feel like Halo, right? Had to. Had to, but shouldn't have. Should not have. Okay, so... Oh, wait. There's another question from somewhere. What are your hopes for the new Valve VR headset? Do you think we will get Half-Life Alyx experience? Because I don't think we'll get a full VR game with it. I think... You don't think that they would pack in Half-Life Alyx if it runs natively on their new headset? Valve don't really have like much of a history of hardware to pull from to understand whether they would bundle it or not. Alyx is obviously like ancient by the time that thing comes out, and it would be the reason to own it. And I guess every single person that gets the headset would otherwise buy Alyx without it being bundled in. So you could be right. They might sell the hardware with absolutely nothing included apart from an update to labs. The Steam VR lab, whatever it's called, you know, the one where you've got lots of mini Valve experiences. That'll be what's packaged. And yes, they want people to buy Alyx. Oh, you don't think they're going to have a new game like Alyx? Why are you saying mean things? I see. You're saying you don't think they'll have one developed ready to go when their headset is launched. Yeah. Probably not. I still wish they had kept on, you know, their card game, Valve's Failure, Artifact, or whatever it was called. I wish they had carried on with that as a VR game. Because a proper card game in VR with big summoning monsters would be cool as fuck. But they didn't. They canned it entirely. Psst. On a tier list, 6 is at the very top, and you love it. Thank you, FTW. Wick, seen the rumours about updated Apple VR headset. Surprised they're still at it after having to stop production on the first one. I've not seen recent rumours of it. I've seen various things about it being in the works. Two being in the works, right? One of them being an Apple VR 2, super expensive like the first one was, silly Pro thing, and a cheaper but still in Apple pricing category, more consumer friendly one. So it will still be like $2,000 or something. Yeah, I mean, I don't like Apple really, but the more companies involved in trying to push it, the better as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not suddenly going to buy into Apple's ecosystem if I can help it. Did I complete Wu Chang or the first Berserker yet? Or both of them, Dave. Both of them. Done and dusted. Yep. On my lunch break between Lies of P sessions. Thought, yeah, I'll just knock off Wu Chang, first Berserker. Get all of them done. All 3 of the Dark Souls games polished off. Looks like the tables could be turning in Call of Duty's favour as the Black Ops 7 Vault Edition has now overtaken both Battlefield 6's Standard and Phantom Editions. I mean, Call of Duty always outsells Battlefield. That's not news anywhere, I don't think. It's always the bigger game, but not ever the better game, right? Not typically, anyway. And obviously Call of Duty will be on Game Pass, and for me, Battlefield will be on the EA Play thing, so I'll have access to both. No, Dave, Matt, don't say well done when I'm telling clear lies. You make me bask in shame. Bask in shame. Favourite game of Gamescom? Replicant. My favourite game of Gamescom. Should be such an easy question. It's not Deadpool. I'm not going to go the VR route just because it's VR. Though obviously it was nice for me that VR was like at least included in some capacity. My favourite game from Gamescom. I don't know. Because I can't remember what was there. Forza Horizon 6. Play that weird zombie game that scared you. Oh, what? The weird pixel arty thing. Could do. Chronos look good. Like, a few games look good. The ones that I mentioned in the video that I did on maybe Saturday were... Silksong's definitely not mine. Resident Evil is obviously a big game that's looking good. But I don't want it to be that at the top of my list because I'm a fake fan. Not played Resident Evil 8 or 4 yet, so I shouldn't be listing Resident Evil 9. That would make me a fraud, so not that. Same for Black Myth, I've not played the first one, so I shouldn't list that. I don't know. I'm stuck, you got me. You're curious about the first-person Souls-like game Valor Mortis. The trailer didn't look very good though. But sure, why not? Everyone seemed very excited about Lego Batman. Yes, they did. But mostly because it looks like it's quite directly trying to be a new Arkham game, right? So if you can put up with the Lego aesthetic, and I quite like one thing that Lego games have done well is plastic. Rendering technologies have got very good at rendering Lego, so they've done a good job on making Lego look like Lego. If you can get by with that aesthetic and enjoy it, if you can, I'd rather switch off the humor, I think, because the Lego Batman humor was like charming the first time, but it's been done to death, so I'm not sure it's got much more humor to deliver, and the trailer wasn't exactly funny, but no, it looked like it might be a decent game. Play Lego Man. Yes, let's pretend that I've forgotten what the question was and just keep moving on. So, leaks and rumors about Valve's console Steam Machine. Think it will be genuine competition? Nah, I do not. So, yeah, no, I don't really. I mean, in a future where Microsoft have gone the OEM route and Steam are also offering OEM PC equivalents to sit by your TV, I don't know. I don't see either of them like expanding beyond what they're already doing with consoles and things. Particularly, it'll be nice if Valve, via Steam Deck, via their consoles, via whatever else, if Valve managed to make their Steam OS a viable alternative to Windows, then we'll all benefit from that. So I hope it does well in that sense. But I don't think they're going to have like queues outside GameStop to get a Steam console. Just as I don't think there'll be huge demand for like a Lenovo Xbox when that comes about. But who knows? I know nothing. I predict nothing. Right. I was rereading that Valve's console Steam Machine there's a specific room, isn't it? A specific set of hardware that looks very modest. Yeah, don't know about that. Because obviously Valve previously did Steam Machines where they did the OEM route and they had various partners and there were multiple available that people could go, and they flopped hard. But this is a specific set hardware spec that looked very cheap and low powered. So no, I don't think that's necessarily going to be competing with anything much. Replicant, this morning your wallet was collected with the bin as you accidentally put it there. A second time you've lost your wallet in a month. My stupid thing that... See, Replicant, when you said that and I started reading it, you said this morning my wallet was collected. I obviously asked you the other day, or you told me the other day that you had lost your wallet. So I put the two together and was like, oh, you found your wallet and it got collected today and somehow you're aware of that. But okay, you lost the replacement wallet to the wallet that you lost. You need a wallet with like a piece of string that ties to your wrist, like a Wii nunchuck band, so your wallet is tied to your wrist. Because twice in a month is like, I don't know, all that, and you managed 23 hours of World of Warcraft. Like, you've been busy. Most stupid thing that I've recently done, though, I don't do stupid things, so I couldn't tell you. You feel like I have many stories like that? What? What eggshell one? What are you talking about? See, there's me, like, oh, I don't have any stupid stories, and I says I've got loads. I don't think I do. I'll tell you about my nightmare instead. I had a nightmare where a taxi driver kept showing me TikTok videos. It was awful. Awful it was. I hate TikTok videos, but I was being polite and watching them one after the other. And there were like 3 or 4 TikTok videos in my nightmare. So that was a thing that happened. Closest I've got for you, because I don't do stupid things. But anybody else is there who's done stupid things recently? I told you that I was making breakfast for my kids and I put the egg. Yeah, that's not recent though. But yeah, I would have been, you know, going about my business. I cracked an egg and put the egg in the bin and the shell in the frying pan. Yes, that is a thing that happened. Everyone's done that at least a couple of times. At least a couple of times. Barely even registers as stupid because I do that kind of thing all the time. Okay. You really hope the taxi driver wasn't driving at the time. I didn't pay attention to my surroundings, Wix, to see whether the car was moving or not. It all started with the taxi driver criticizing the battery capacity of my phone and just not liking it in general, and then somehow getting a hold of it and then showing me TikTok videos. Didn't I lose my phone and wallet to a bin once? No. I don't know, maybe, but no. That sounds unexplained. No, it's been fully explained, Pete. I skipped over the Ananta question. Ananta. I skipped over the Gamescom favourite game question. I don't know what Ananta is. Don't know what that is. FCW, you saw this one-piece bundle of a mouse and keyboard. Wait, a mouse and keyboard mat. Keyboard mat. And you thought of who? Chronic, I'm assuming. Chronic's the one-piece guy, or Tony. But it would have cost more dollars to ship it than it costs. I see. What have I done recently that's really stupid? I'm always doing stupid stuff. I'm sure there are some. Best to forget. Other people must have some though. Someone put up your stories of stupid things you've done recently. You swear one time I didn't reply to your messages for ages because I dropped my phone and wallet in the recycling bin. Oh shit, yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That's also a long time ago. Yeah. Everyone's done that as well. You're just taking some recycling out and you put your valuables in the recycling bin instead. You just do, don't you? That's exactly what Replicant did when his wallet got collected today and went with the trash. How did you know, by the way, Replicant? That's what I don't get. How do you know your wallet is being collected but you don't prevent it from happening? It's in 2019. See, that's how often I do stupid things. I did a stupid thing in 2019 and apparently I'm not allowed to let it go. Anyway, that's enough of me being stupid because nobody else is having a turn and it's not fair. So I want to know how Replicant knew that his bin was in the garbage and was unable to do anything about it. I want to know how this I already know. You realized that you'd left your wallet in the bin, but you were in the middle of one of your 23-hour Warcraft dungeons, so you couldn't do anything about it until that was complete because you would have let down the team. That's my reckoning. And that's canon unless you can give me a better story. So, are there any more questions? Google GTA anime game? No. I still don't know what the Ananta question is. Your toilet paper in the wash basket and nearly wiped your ass with your bra. Impressive work. But it was a nearly, so it doesn't count as a story. Let's do... Are there any more questions? There are not. There are no more questions. The questions are done. Q&Asa is done. So, that's what she said again. Still not sure where that is going to apply for the day, but yeah, that's the end. So what I'm going to do is nothing. I haven't done any streaming for over a week, which is terrible. I need to... my camera's flickering again. Must abandon everything before it's too late because I cannot handle the flickering. I actually don't know what I'm going to do to fix that. Can I be bothered to test it? Can I figure it out? Probably not. ZZ. It is a wilting rose you've caught at the very end, but thanks for stopping by. You missed all sorts. Oh wait, Replicant's answered. He's answered. And I've lost it. So, you put your wallet in a Tesco bag with your groceries that you were carrying into the house. Then you put all the groceries away, but you left the wallet in the bag. Then you went into the kitchen bin, went into the big bin. Right, so the bag went into the kitchen bin, went into the big bin. But how did you know that your wallet was in there? Like, at what point was the moment of realization that was too late? You sent me the clip of Ananta. Chronic. Ananta. Oh, it's a game. Right, wait there. It's coming. Ah! Psst. Discord is making so many noises. Can you hear that? You can't. Oh, fucking hell, I can't stop it. Stop Discord. Fuck. Right, try again. Try again. Okay, Ananta, it's a game. Here we go. So. Oh, it's DokeV Mark II. Tony will be so pleased. What is this, Chronic? Don't be sad. What's my streaming schedule like this week? I don't know. I should be doing more of it, and I haven't for a while. And I will again soon. But I can't tell you when, because I don't know yet. Chronic, why have you... What is this? Did you send this to Tony, or did Tony send this to you? And nobody has any expectations of this one. Apart from Tony. This doesn't look good to me. So, I definitely don't have any expectations. Okay, so it's got a whole lot of nonsense, basically. Is it a mobile phone game? Is it a real game? It's a DokeV. Just lots and lots of nonsense packed into a weird little package. Meant to be an anime GTA. Blurb. This is a game that you play when you are stuck in a cave with only this game. I mean, if it's all I've got and I'm stuck in the cave, then I guess I might as well, but... that is a weird scenario to imagine. I'm not sure how that would come about. Another waifu game. Waifu, whatever, I don't know how you say that word. Unfamiliar. I know how I say it, but I know that it's wrong, because if I say it out loud, then I get laughed at. So, Too Good to Be True game that's very sus. It's a DokeV, yeah. DokeV, whatever it is. Tony's game. Detailed, too detailed. Yeah. That'll do. That's the end. So, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 16, because the last time I played that on the stream, it was terribly boring. So to prove a point, I've played the boring bits, and it remained boring for quite a while after that. But I've left that checkpointed before a bit that I'm sure is going to be exceptionally good. So I might stream that at some point. Waifu? Nah, none of that for me. Waifu. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I have no reason to use that word though, so I will unlearn it immediately. Waifu. Okay. When will I stream more WoW? I said earlier, I've got it all installed and ready to go, but I need people to play it with. I can't play World of Warcraft by myself or with the general stranger public. So, it's there for when people want to play. Cool stream, nice to have one again. Yes, Chronic, they will be back on the other channel. There will be games, they're coming soon. I've got Final Fantasy, I've got Expedition 33 that you hate, I've got Lies of P, and various other things happening. There will definitely be, assuming Amin is up for it, there will be something streamed on Thursday on this channel as well. Split stream will happen. Roundtable will happen. Other things will happen. Waifu. Husbando. Whatever. Leave me alone. I don't need these terms. Leave them out of my brain so that I can leave that space reserved for more useful. Is there anything more useful than that? There might not be. That might be peak information. Okay, thank you for filling me in on that one. I'll use it well. I will not get good, Dave. If I were going to get good at anything, it would have happened by now. So, no on that one. Any plans for Halloween? When's Halloween? It's only August at the moment. I'm not planning like 2 months ahead of time. Come on, Alex. Are you new here? I'm going to say maybe. Took the box away. Yes, this is your favourite show. That's what she said. Last opportunity to use the comment from Brian in the box. And that's it. That's the end. I'm pressing the button. Get in Discord. Bye, everyone.